Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse podcast. I'm your host Jay. I'm here with my co-host Micah.
I had to cut the grass today, and it looked like it looked like a mass grave as I was cutting around my trees. Because we got locusts flying around here now. They're all over the place now.
We don't have them that bad here yet.
They're all in my yard, especially on my trees, man. Like I see all these dead shells all over the place, like on not just on the trunks, but like all around it. I saw some.
You have like oak trees too, right?
They're pretty thick, and it's just fucking gross.
Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to this because, as you know, like behind my house is.
Yeah, man, please, like
it's gonna be loud as fuck.
It's gonna be bug hedonism out there.
I'm not looking forward to it. Like no noises yet. We don't see a lot of them. I mean, the one thing is our trees are covered behind my house are covered in ivy, which is not good as far as like trees falling down, but maybe that will keep them away. I doubt it. This is my weird hope. But yeah, no, I think it's going to be just absolutely miserable. So
yeah.
Now, if you live in this area, that's sort of, the mid-Atlantic area, this is about to be, awful for like 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. It's just going to be a bug orgy for 4 to 6 weeks. And I can't do it.
Yeah. No, I'm not looking forward to it. Yeah. Your wife is scared to dig up dirt because there might be bugs in it. That shit was funny. That was a sad-ass looking garden. Got a goddamn box on top of the in-ground garden. I was like, what is this? I was like, girl, if you don't dig in that dirt, get out of here.
I was like, come on, man.
She was like, nah.
Look. She does all that. You do whatever you want. I'm not here to comment because as soon as I start commenting on it, I volunteer myself to do it.
Nah, don't do that.
No.
You like, you're right. Get that box. Yep. Just lay it right on there. Nah, it looked good. Yeah, I was laughing my ass off. All right, let's get right into it. Checked out this week. So you finally watched Without Remorse. Michael B. Jordan movie.
Yeah. I finally watched Without Remorse, and
do you have any?
That is not how I felt after watching that movie. I felt very remorseful.
Yeah, that's fair.
That movie is not good. It's not what I thought it would be. I'll put it that way.
No, I thought it was going to be super great, and
yeah,
it was not.
It wasn't. It was in terms of like these military like thrillers, it just wasn't. I don't know. Part of it for me is Michael B. Jordan. Like, unless he's playing like young Carl Weathers in something, I don't know if I buy him as like, I don't know. There's something about him. He's a good actor.
He's a damn good actor, actually.
Yeah, I loved him in Just Mercy.
Yeah.
He was good as Killmonger, hamming it up a little bit in retrospect, but like it's a comic book movie, so you can do that.
Right.
But something like this, just I don't know. I think it's his face. I think he's got a very like young face, right? Like
he does.
He doesn't look like he'd been through anything. And I don't know. But besides that, like the dialogue from the woman from Queen and Slim, some of her dialogue and or delivery was suspect.
Jodie Turner-Smith.
Yes, some of her dialogue was suspect to me, and some of her acting, like she felt like she was. I am acting like I couldn't believe this was the same woman from Queen and Slim. And the overall plot just was kind of drab. So I would not necessarily recommend Without Remorse.
Yeah, look, I thought it was okay. A little bit better than okay. Like, I thought the first 20 minutes were just I was like, what is this? Like, and for you, it's his face. For me, it's the voice. He doesn't have a commanding, badass military guy voice.
He don't sound like, like, get out of
Yeah,
here.
yeah. I'm not like,
give me a name. What?
Yeah, I was just
give you some lunch money, kid. Get out of here.
Right. And so it just didn't work. I don't think the movie really took off until you got to the revenge plot. And then I was like, all right, I'm here for it. Like the shootout in the Russian hotel, that was dope. Like as an action sequence, I really dug it. But, yeah, I wasn't blown away by it. I think it needed much better writing. But I like Michael B. Jordan enough to see him in the role again, right? To give him another chance. I
wouldn't mind seeing, like, they teased, spoiler alert, they teased a Rainbow Six, sequel. I would watch that. I think in an ensemble, I think he'd be really good.
Yeah. And look, frankly, if you're going to do Rainbow Six, you might as well open it up to the series, right? Like the Jack Ryan series, like connect all of it. Like, because having him, let's say he pops up in an episode of Jack Ryan or something like that, that would be dope. Like, that's enough. Like, he doesn't need to be, him being the hard focus, I think might have been a little too much. And it's weird because, like you said, it's not like he can't be the hard focus of a movie. Just Mercy. I mean, he's done plenty of movies where he's the focus, the Creed movies, for instance. But it's just like this role,
but in those two
work.
movies, he's playing off of a strong supporting actor.
He is. And even in Black Panther, he's playing off of a strong lead. So maybe that's what he needs. Like in any class that I ever took in school, I needed a nemesis. So I would just make people my arch nemesis, whether they wanted to be or not. So like some people need that. I need that, right? Otherwise I just get lazy. I'm like, oh, that guy? What do you get? 99? Yeah, fuck that guy. I'm getting 100. It's like you just need that. It was like you in science class in high school. You had that one Indian kid, Shahidul. He was your arch nemesis. Every time you got,
I would get a fucking like 95. He would get 100. I would get 100, and he would get 105 because he did the extra credit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Like there wasn't even extra credit. Oh, I got it.
Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I remember that was like my favorite thing because I never was like, I didn't get high scores in science class, but I always knew how much it pissed you off that he would always beat you. So even if I'm like, oh, I got an 85, I'm cool with that. It's like, oh, Mugga got a 99. Let's watch and see what he got. Oh, he got 103. Good. And then just watch you fuming in the front of the class.
And for those of you who may be wondering, well, how does everyone know what the scores are? Our teacher would go around and shame us and just go student by student and just tell the whole class the grade you got.
Yeah, they ain't give a fuck.
It's like, Jesus Christ, Mr.
Baltimore
Weston,
City.
What are you doing,
yeah,
yo?
Yeah, Mr. Wesson. That's funny. Baltimore City Schools, right there. There you go.
Guess who wrote Without Remorse?
I know.
The guy who wrote the next movie that we're about to briefly discuss.
Yeah. So there is a trailer for, review for Those Who Wish Me Dead. Mike and I reviewed that. You can check that out. You can look in the docket for the link, or you can go to, the Coming Distractions podcast feed, to find it there as well, or on our YouTube page. Very mediocre. Very mediocre movie.
Much like Without Remorse. Just kind of like you said, mediocre. It was what it was.
Yeah. So stop giving that guy like these type of movies.
Which is a shame, right? Because he did back to back Sicario, Hell or High Water, and Wind River. I don't know if you saw Wind River. Wind River was actually pretty good.
No, I didn't see that one.
It's like a murder mystery set in like
the West,
in like the mountains.
Yeah, that's his whole thing.
Like in Middle America, but like north. And it was pretty good with Hawkeye and.
Oh yeah, didn't that happen on like an Indian reservation or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know of it. But I didn't see it. Yeah, I did hear that was good. So yeah, Those Who Wish Me Dead, or don't. I mean, like whatever. Like, yeah, it's not one you got to see. Terrence went into our Discord group just to come and say that movie fucking sucked, and then he smoke pelleted out.
He said this movie is awful. It's like, God damn, yo, like it's not trash. It doesn't suck. It's awful.
And then he threw a smoke pellet out, and then fucking just broke out.
That's how mediocre this movie is. Terrence, who has been incognito by choice for a very long time, felt the need to come out of hibernation just to say that this movie is awful.
And then go back in.
And then roll right back out.
See you in 6 months. God damn. That's funny. All right, so you checked out Love, Death, and Robots Volume 2. I have not had a chance to watch any of these.
I watched all of it. It's it's only 8 episodes, this volume.
The last one was like 15 hours.
The other one was 18 episodes, 18 volumes. They're pretty good. I think I like volume 1 a little better. There are some stories in volume 1 that I think are a little more interesting, whereas there were only maybe 2 stories here that I've really enjoyed. One, automated customer service, I thought was very funny because it deals with old people dealing with technology, and it's very funny. And 2 is Pop Squad, and Pop Squad is it kind of tugs at my heartstrings a little bit. It's I don't even want to tell you what it's about, but it's very good, and I would probably save that for you specifically. I would probably save that for last because I think you would get an appreciation out of it. And then All Through the House was cute, but All Through the House, I'll read the description. On Christmas Eve, 2 kids tiptoe downstairs to catch a glimpse of Santa, a twisted tale for adults only. That's specifically what the it was cute.
I have my idea of what that could be, but I hope it isn't that.
Michael B. Jordan is in one of these things.
Yeah, he was in the trailer.
Yeah, and it's okay. But I only really enjoyed 2 of them. Whereas with the other one, there were I think I enjoyed like half of them.
Oh yeah, there was a ton that I really liked, and they were all varying. Like they were so very different in content.
Yeah.
All right, cool, good. I'll check it out. It's good to know that it's only 8. I can actually get through that.
Yeah, you can blow through these. They're I think one of them in season 1 was like kind of long, but these are no more than 18 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad. Before we move on, do we want to talk about Mayor of Easttown?
We can.
Woo! Okay. If you are not watching Mayor of Easttown and you are not caught up, this is episode 5. Yes? Yeah. It's episode 5. We're gonna talk spoilers for a minute. So fast forward. That was cool to find, like, for them to get to who the kidnapper is. We still don't know who the killer is of the main girl, but we also get more information that, like, the supposed baby daddy, that guy, is worse than we thought. Like, he's a shadier dude than we thought he was. Because they kind of were like, oh, he's a piece of shit, but then it's like, well, he didn't kill her, so like he's just kind of a piece of shit, and you kind of forgive him. And this poor guy is not really his kid, and all this other stuff. And then it's like, oh, there's more to this guy too.
Yeah,
and it makes me start to wonder, like, are they going the obvious route? Like, did he do it? And they've been trying to sort of red herring all these other people around them, or around like these main characters, like they did with The Undoing. And it's obvious. It's the obvious person. It's who you should have thought it was.
Yeah, in The Undoing, they one of the characters comes out and says it in The Undoing. It's always the fucking husband, right? And then they go all around the mulberry bush just to come back to, oh yeah, it was the husband.
Right. You think it could be that?
I hope not. I don't mind that. That's a sort of a subversion, but I feel like, with these type of mysteries, one, HBO, you literally just did it with The Undoing.
Right.
I would think that you would want something to be changed a bit. Two, I don't want it to be the obvious choice, and I don't want it to be like an 11th hour villain.
I don't want it to be Guy Pearce.
Someone that Guy Pearce wouldn't make sense at all.
Well, he would if she's a prostitute, something went wrong and he killed her by mistake, right? But it seems a little weird, and it kind of to me it undercuts the idea of what is intriguing about this series, which is everyone is so connected, right? Like, here he is, a guy outside of the town who just happens to be there. I wanted to be like somebody's cousin, right? Like,
yeah, I wanted to be somebody that everybody knows,
right? Like that's what makes it would hit a lot harder in the last episode.
Yeah. So, but your boy Boner, he
sure did.
He tried to boner, but he couldn't. And he never will, because
he did.
Did. I was like, nah, like she had to like pull out your fucking gun, right?
You're right, because she was like, oh shit, I don't have mine. I'll pop that dude immediately. He was like, huh? Too late. Like, oh,
bet you didn't see that coming.
Yeah. No, I didn't. Like, I thought he got shot in the shoulder, and then like he didn't get up. I was like, oh, he did. He super did. But yeah, I mean, it was cool that they found those two girls. So it'll be interesting to see the woman whose daughter's been missing the longest, the one who wears the head wrap. Like, Mare saved her kid. Like, not only did she not know where her kid was that whole time, she's been gone like a year, I think she said. Like, it feels like it's been about a year. Like, yo, she found your daughter and she saved your daughter, and she's still alive. Like that's gonna be an interesting dynamic. Like, you gotta eat a lot of crow, man. Like, I mean,
I think, what do you gotta do? I think there was one scene where, remember, the guy with the van who was like, "Why'd you do that to my daughter? Why'd you rush my daughter?" Yeah. And he threw a gallon of milk in Mare's house.
Yeah.
Like when he was buying that when he was buying that milk, and at the Quickie Mart or wherever. Yeah. Like, there was a scene with the three of them, the woman with the head wrap, Mare, and the dude was harassing Mare because, he arrested her daughter, and the woman stuck up for him, right? The woman with the head wrap stuck up for Mare.
Yeah.
So I think like tensions are eased a bit. So I don't think it's going to be like, I have to, pledge deference to you or whatever, right? Like, I think there'll be, and I think Mare will just be like, yeah, it's just part of the job. I'm just glad I was able to do it.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm more interested in the rest of how the rest of the town deals with that. Like, yeah, I saw the case, motherfucker.
Yeah, because I mean, Mare's whole thing is like, yeah, she lost her son. Her son was a drug addict and clearly like schizophrenic, or not schizophrenic, but had a lot of issues. It'll be interesting, like, okay, the thing with her is she's the miracle girl, right? She made this shot in basketball, and she was a town hero and all this other shit. Now she's got to live up to that again. Now she saved this girl, these two girls. So now you're the hero again. How do you deal with that? And you still got to solve this other crime.
Yeah, you got one more miracle you got to pull out of your ass.
Right, like. Yeah, Kate Winslet's playing the shit out of this role. Like, she is. And I'm kind of bummed that this is only a limited series. Right? Like, I don't know. They need to like Mayor Goes on the Road. Like I'd love to have this as like a regular kind of cop series with her.
I mean, Big Little Lies was a limited series that was based off of one book that wasn't going to get a sequel until it did. Because everybody watched it. So you never know.
Yeah, and that's HBO as well. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. And I look forward to
I have no idea who it could be though.
At this point, no idea. I mean, some people
episodes left.
I mean, some people think. I mean, they certainly gave you the indication it could be that one like cousin. They're like, "Oh, how long did that girl stay with you?" You know, and he's like, "Oh, it was a couple weeks." They were like, "Nah, it was like a couple of months, wasn't it?" And he was just like, "Oh, I gotta go," and he like stopped drinking his beer like immediately and just bounced. My guess is maybe he's the actual father, but I don't think he's the killer. And I'm still dubious on the priest thing. Like I don't know. Although those guys like beat that priest up, which is fucked up. But not really, because that guy's kind of a pedophile. So, I mean, I guess he's a pedophile. We don't know, right? I mean, you go by his word. No, you go by other people's maybe. So, who knows? So yeah, I don't know. Honestly, this is a pretty good mystery because I have no idea who it actually could be. And there's a number of people who it still could be. Could be her ex-husband. I don't know. He says he never did anything. Who knows? All right, Science and Tech this week. I thought this was a very, very cool story. So at the White House this week, President Biden has been like showing like, you know, he's pushing electric cars like big time, right? For obvious reasons because of climate change and what have you. And one of the big issues is he made a executive order that basically all government vehicles have to be electric, right? Which is very cool. Something like 50,000 vehicles, which is great. Anyway, so Ford was there and they were showing off the 2022 F-150 Lightning, which is an electric pickup truck that they're building, right? And, you know, Biden drove it around or whatever. Great. Whatever. That's awesome. Here's the thing with this. Looks like a pickup truck. People seem to be cool with that. Ford people like the look of it. Wonderful. But the thing that they released is that if you buy the version of the F-150 Lightning that has the extended battery, which gives you 300 miles, right, on a full charge, then Ford will give you the option to install a bidirectional charger at your home. Like they'll do it for you, right? They'll help you with this. The bidirectional charger allows you to charge your truck, but how it's set up, you can make it so that if your house loses power, it uses your truck as a generator, basically, to run your house.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking slick. So they were saying that in an average home in the United States, a fully charged F-150 would be able to run it for 3 days, right? Like you using everything you normally use, right? If you are conservative with what you are using, like let's say you're like, I just need a couple of rooms and like the refrigerator to be on, it could power your house for like 10 days. That's pretty cool. So basically these like Tesla walls and other batteries that you see, it's that, but it's your EV. And by the way, this technology isn't special to the F-150. It's just using a bidirectional charger. That's the tech. It's not the car, right? So technically any car could do this.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty fucking slick. So yeah, I mean, you know, for folks who are like considering, you know, EVs, having your own generator is also a pretty fucking cool benefit. Like that's pretty slick.
Yeah. I used to, when I lived at my parents' house, the neighbor across the street had a generator. And whenever we, you know, lost power or whatever, she would, you know, turn that thing on. And the thing is loud, dude. Like,
yeah, it's a fucking motor.
Right. Like, so I can only imagine how quiet this one would be.
Yeah, they don't make noise.
Because they don't, right. Like, Anyway, this is cool, man.
Yeah.
This is cool.
And they're talking sub 40,000 for this thing.
I mean,
that's not bad, man. Because people pay easily over $50,000 for big trucks. Like that's just
sure, but it's not exactly cheap either, right?
Hell no! What the fuck? No, hell no, it's not.
You know, like people who get these trucks. I mean, like my dad has a F-150.
That's a big ass truck too. I've seen it.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty big. The bed is not as big as I thought it would be, but whatever. He has an F-150. It's a pretty big truck, and he don't haul nothing. But it wasn't anywhere near as much. Like, I'm curious how this is going to sell, right? Like, you get companies that get F-150s for their workers.
Yeah.
But I don't know if, like, unless there's some sort of incentive to do it, I don't know how quickly these things will fly off the shelves, even though they're all, it seems like it's all positives, no negatives. The only negative is that initial sticker price. But
yeah, but again, like, I don't know that sticker price really hurts people because a lot of people spend $50,000 on these trucks, which is crazy. Like those big fancy ones, like those are super common.
Yeah, the big fancy ones, not F-150s. F-150s are like they're the standard Ford truck. I'm not talking about like 350s with the extra wheels and shit.
The dualies on the back.
Yeah,
those things are fucking huge. Nah, I need this. For what?
For what? To go to work?
Yeah.
At your office job?
I need these people to respect me. Like, yo, relax. No, I mean the F-150, I guess the lowest model F-150 gas powered one starts at basically $30,000. It ain't that far off, yo. It's really not. Yeah, probably by the time you put like, I don't know, whatever it is you hillbillies do, like whatever you do, by the time you put anything in this thing, it's fucking 38. It's a lot of money. But so the interesting part of this is it also, it says as a standard, it has 8 120 volt outlets in the truck, which is pretty fucking dope. It's got 4 outlets in the front trunk, 2 in the cabin, and then another 4 in the bed. So like you could use like saws and shit. Or like, I love this. It says, there are 420 volt outlets in the front trunk, 220 volt outlets in the cabin, 4 in the bed, plus a 240 outlet is also in the bed. Jesus, I didn't even realize that. God damn. There's enough, Ford says, to run things like worksite power tools, keep a TV and fridge going while you're tailgating or camping. See, that's the way to sell these things, right? Yeah, if you're going fucking tailgating, you just bring a mini fridge. Fuck it. Just have it in the back of the truck. Who cares? Like, that's awesome. Have your TV. Like, that's dope. Like, that is the way you sell these things, is all the convenient stuff. And, you know, they say it's enough to have a mobile office with laptops and more. Yeah, that makes sense. That's the future. But I dig it. I think that's cool. This picture is stupid though, with a piece of wood held on the back. Are you sawing that on the bed? Because that doesn't make sense. Why would you do that?
Oh, well, I think they're all sawing the ends off of it. That seems like a bad idea. Like, I'm gonna just do it on my truck. All right, like I wouldn't, but that's you. You know, your bed could hold a sawhorse. You can just bring that with you. Yeah, but all in all, I mean, I'm not a huge pickup guy, but I think this is dope. And I hope that other EV companies steal this idea, namely the one that I own cars from. So I'll be looking for a bi-directional charger. That's fucking cool. All right, next up, lightning round. So Zack Snyder had an idea for a third 300 movie, but WB passed on it.
Have you seen the second one?
No, I did not see the second one. For what? It didn't look as good. Plus, I think I was 300 out. 300, I enjoyed it, but it was a bit of a flash in the pan for me. Like,
yeah,
oh, okay, I saw this, and I don't need to see any more of it. And he didn't direct the sequel, did he?
No, he did not.
Yeah, and when did the sequel come out? Because I feel like the sequel came out way after the first 300.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Yeah, it came out 7 years after the first 300.
Yeah,
that moved on.
Yeah, that was the problem. Had they gotten it like within 2 years, it probably would have been a bigger hit.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
300. Yeah, 300 Rise of an Empire. I saw part of this. It wasn't good. I was really bored.
I mean, think about it this way. When 300 came out, you were 27. When 302 came out,
Yeah.
you were 34.
Yeah, yeah, I'm married. Like, come on, dude. No, get out of here. You gonna go see 300? The second one,
man. I'm
600? No,
I'm good.
Yeah, I was just not. I don't think I was in a place to give a shit. Everyone says Ava Green was really good, or Eva Green. Sure. I don't know. Like, that's fine. Lena Headey was in that one too. Wow, she's better than that. Yeah, Sure. I don't know. No, she's a really good actress, actually. But
she is. But no. She was in The Purge, for God's sakes.
The original?
Yes, she was.
Was she the wife?
She was the wife. Yes.
Wow, I didn't even remember that. Holy shit. Damn, that's fucked up. Well, she got tossed out of a window by Judge Dredd. That was awesome. Yeah, so apparently Zack Snyder's 300 sequel was, according to out.com, it was an epic gay love story. Okay.
Oh, okay. See, this is Zack Snyder is playing it the way he should be playing it. He is making the studio seem like the bad guy, while at the same time, hey, I thought that this young black character needed a lot more screen time in my version of Justice League, but studio didn't like it.
I guess they don't like blacks. Am I right?
Mean, that's kind of what he's inferring, right? Like, I had this big gay love story that you'd never seen before, but the studio didn't want to do it. I guess they hate gays. I don't know.
I'm not a fan of this guy, man. Like, I'm not a fan of this guy. This guy does a lot of whining when it comes to, like, they don't like me very much. Yeah. All right.
I don't even think it's whining.
That's literally what he said. They don't like me very much.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think that's whining. I think it's, like I said, I think it's him playing off of the emotions of his fans, especially now. Like, they like, I don't see him going, yeah, why doesn't WB like me? Like, no. I think he is like, I'm friends with Christopher Nolan. Like,
friends with Christopher.
How dare you? Like, I'll show them. They don't want me. I'll show them. It's spiteful. It's passive aggressive. It's not whining.
Oh yeah, it's definitely passive aggressive. Like,
yeah, man.
Yeah, that part I disagree with.
Let me see. I couldn't really get my teeth into it. Snyder said over the pandemic, I had to deal with Warner Brothers, and I wrote what was essentially going to be the final chapter in 300. But when I sat down to write it, I actually wrote a different movie. I was writing this thing about Alexander the Great, and it just turned into a movie about the relationship between Hephaestion and Alexander. It turned out to be a love story, so it really didn't fit as the third 300 movie.
No,
And
that doesn't fit the 300 movie at all. Like, not because, the relationship. What the fuck does Alexander the Great have to do with any of this? Right? Like, that just seems off. But
Snyder did not necessarily deliver the 300 sequel that the studio had envisioned, and thus the project was allegedly killed. The filmmaker added, there was that concept and it all came out really great. It's called Blood and Ashes, and it's a beautiful love story, really, with warfare. I would love to do it. WB said no. I don't think they're huge fans of mine. It is what it is. Like, it's passive aggressive in a very blatant way. And because he has positioned himself as this guy who has been put upon for various reasons, including a tragedy. And I'm not saying he's using that tragedy.
No, I don't think that's
garner. Right. I don't think that's it at all.
No,
but
that doesn't mean other people don't see it that way.
Right. And it's just how he has positioned himself that way.
I agree with
and he's taking advantage. And I get it. Look, I respect the manipulation. But because it doesn't work on me, I find it annoying.
Yeah, no, that's it. I'm not a sucker, right? Yeah, I mean, he had this whole thing about, like, he doesn't understand why they have an issue with him, and, like, I wrote a scree on our Discord. I was like, he doesn't understand. They hired you to start their universe that was supposed to rival Marvel, right? Like, it doesn't have to be like a 1-for-1, but that was the goal. And you did some, like, self-obsessed bullshit that didn't work. And then, people didn't like it. It was almost universally disliked. But, you did have some fans. Those fans, made a hashtag. It was a joke, right? It was seen as a fucking joke. Then some people, either in that group or outside of that group, decided to create some bots and push that hashtag. And because WB didn't do their due diligence, they thought those people were real. They weren't real. And then they let you put out your vision of this movie. And all the while it was coming out, you shat all over them. So yeah, they're probably a little annoyed. They spent $80 million. Then your army of fucking fans didn't even show up because it wasn't real. They weren't real. That's why they didn't show up. That's why the numbers were so bad. What was it, like less than 25% of people who started actually finished the movie? These are hardcore fans? Less than 25%? That's insane. That's insanely low, right? There's no way that number is the numbers are that close for Wonder Woman 1984. And that movie was fucking terrible. To quote Terrence, it was awful. Right? So there's no way that number is like 25%. That's crazy. It's I'm sure it's like well into the 70s, 80s, 90% of people who finished it like that, even if it's bad. So that happened. So then not only did they lose money from the original bad movies, but then they lost money again by giving you $80 million and not recouping virtually any of it. Then they also lost time. Like now they're far behind and they're rebooting their franchise arguably again. So yeah, they have a reason to be mad at you. Like either you are being willfully ignorant or you're stupid. Like, look, you don't have to agree with them, but I get why they're mad. Like, come on. Like, even fans of his, you have to understand why they're not pleased with him. I could see them not working with him ever again, to be honest.
I mean, but they, fans are, the word fan is short for fanatic.
Yeah.
First of all. And yeah, you're right. I could see them not wanting to work with him again.
They probably will, but it is going to be a while.
Of course they will. Because, depending on how buddy he is with Christopher Nolan, they don't want to lose Christopher Nolan. They as a director that they have in their back pocket.
Yeah, hell no.
I don't know.
All he has to do is have like one or two hits. That's it.
He's played this game. He's played this weird game that I think he just kind of stumbled into. He's playing it very well.
Yeah, he's the king of a kingdom full of like bots and sycophants. He is. He is. I tell you right now, there are going to be people who tell you Army of the Dead is the greatest zombie movie of all time. You watch. When this comes out, what, Monday? I think it comes out.
Oh, it comes out tomorrow.
Or maybe it is. Yeah, 21st. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen. You watch. And then other people will be like, it was fine. And they'll push it. They'll push it. Look, right now he's talking about how there's a director's cut of Sucker Punch. He's the king of a kingdom full of sycophants and bots.
I mean, he's milking it, right?
He is.
He's milking it. He's trying to the spotlight is on him right now. And the Snyder cut is a thing, right? Like, it's not even director's cut anymore. It's Snyder cut. And I don't want to see a director's cut of Sucker Punch.
Nigga, I don't want to see the regular cut of Sucker Punch ever again, let alone more Sucker Punch. There's more of it? No. But what's going to make it good? Does it not have dialogue this time? Come on. The fuck out of here. That movie was terrible.
I don't know, man.
I'm not a fan. Like, I'm not a fan of him. Like, I think he's fine. I'm not a fan of this behavior. That's what I'm not a fan of. I'm gonna watch Army of the Dead. Sure. I like good zombie shoot 'em up. But I'm not going in thinking it's gonna be fucking Danny Boyle's 28 Days Later. Like, no, that's stupid. I know what he is. And he has a position and he needs to play that position. Like, that's it. All right, let's talk about something way more interesting. Something he should have been fucking directing, frankly.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, his name written all over it. An Injustice animated movie has been announced by DC. So the Injustice Elseworlds tale is one of the more famous of recent years due to the video game from NetherRealm Studios, which sees the DC heroes and villains fighting each other, but with a twist. The Joker tricks Superman into killing Lois Lane and their unborn child, and Superman snaps, and he realizes, all this true justice in the American way stuff. No. In order for there to be order, you gotta be lethal. You gotta use lethal force. So, and in retaliation, he punches a hole through the Joker's chest, and becomes an
Authoritarian.
Thank you, Jesus Christ. I'm
sorry, libertarian.
And a resistance forms to overthrow him. It's going to be a sneak peek of the film will be released as part of the upcoming home release for Batman: The Long Halloween Part 2. No other details surrounding the project or voice cast. I'm very curious. So normally with these DC movies, when they have a certain style, they kind of all belong to a shared universe. Mm-hmm. That's not a hard and fast rule by any means, but it was a very popular thing in a previous run of movies. But they would also have like movies that belonged in that universe and movies that didn't.
Right.
And the movies that didn't looked different. So what people are surmising is that the Superman movie that just came out, the Wonder Woman, or the World War II Justice Society of America movie that just came out, people, and the Batman Long Halloween movies that are about to come out, they're surmising that those, because they share the same art style, are part of the same overall universe.
Makes sense.
Make sense.
You get your trilogy or you get your trinity right there. Your three mains are right there.
Yep. And so I'm curious, one, if this Injustice movie is going to look like those movies, or is it going to look different? And two, is this just a one-off? Like, there's a lot of story that can be told here. That's really interesting.
That was like a pretty lengthy series, wasn't it?
Yeah, it had a run that it had no business having for a comic book tie-in to a video game.
Yeah, people really liked it. It was cool.
Yeah, people liked it, which is that is one thing that is uniquely DC. They are not afraid to play around with these characters.
Yeah,
which I think makes them that's what makes DC Comics very, very interesting to me, because everybody knows these things. So you gotta kind of turn things on their head. I'm looking forward to this. I remember playing the Injustice games, and they were all very good. Superman lobotomizes Shazam, who is, let's remember, a boy in a man's body at one point in that first game. I think Wonder Woman is like his second in command.
Yeah.
Because she's all about she's very rigid and all about order and law and order. And she's just like, let's kill these fools, man. And Batman obviously is trying to stop him. And at one point, Hal Jordan becomes a Yellow Lantern to side with Superman. It's all very interesting, man. So I'm curious to see what this turns out to be. I hope it's very good.
All right. Yeah, I'm incredibly interested in this. So yeah, okay, let's do it.
HBO's new Baltimore if you're black, or Balmer if you're white, series is called We Own This City. And it's going to star John Barenthal, Jamie Hector, and Josh Charles. I know who all of these people are.
Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah. When I was in The Wire, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That's, what's his name?
Yeah, Marlo. Look, let me tell you something right now. What's that John Barenthal Baltimore accent going to sound like? I need to hear it. I need to hear it, and I need to hear it right now. Right now.
He's gonna be a transplant.
Yeah, no, I was born anywhere but here. Okay, that makes sense. Because I want to hear that Baltimore accent. That being said, yeah, this is it's about Baltimore. This is a real ass story.
John Barenthal is from DC.
What? What the fuck? When did he leave? 2 weeks after he was born? Nah, his accent doesn't sound anything like around here.
Born and raised in Washington, D.C.
Raised? How, man? How? All right. How? I want to know. I need to hear more about John Barenthal's growing up stories. Yeah, I'm all about this. This is about the Baltimore City Police Department's Gun Trace Task Force and their corruption. Yeah. This is being written by David Simon, right?
Of course it is. Yes. Because it's about Baltimore police and corruption.
I can't wait. Can't wait. This is a good cast too.
We'll have another thing that people can ask us, have we seen? You're from Baltimore. Oh, like The Wire? Oh, that's the greatest TV show in the world.
I mean, it's one of the greatest shows of all time.
I mean, it is, but stop asking me about it.
Is this where The Wire was taped? Yes.
I grew up in Pikesville. I don't know nothing about what happened over there.
I didn't. So, yeah, that's exactly what it's like. Yeah, no, my life is exactly like a Wire episode. Okay.
Barenthal will star as Sergeant Wayne Jenkins.
A white person with the last name Jenkins is just hilarious to me.
Barenthal will star as Sergeant Wayne Jenkins of the Baltimore Police Department, perhaps the central figure in this sprawling federal corruption case that's centered on the agency's gun task force. The plainclothes unit went completely rogue and began hunting and robbing citizens and drug dealers alike as decades of relentless drug war and mass incarceration in Baltimore spun wildly out of control. All right.
Oh, David Simon gonna go. He gonna go to work on this series. I can't wait. Can't wait.
Do you ever wish that Baltimore was portrayed in a light that is not this?
No, I don't. I like that it's portrayed honestly. Like, look, there's other things about this city. Like,
yeah,
it's not all this, but this is real. Baltimore cops are fucking pieces of shit. They are. But yeah, of course, I would love a lighter side of Baltimore.
Wouldn't you like a Portlandia for Baltimore?
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that. I don't even know what that would be. Baltimore is such a weird city.
It would be like people that just follow like people who live in like Hampton, like just people who like just all those weird like middle class white folks who
we have
kitschy.
Rock. We have Rock.
Yeah, but that's more of a
like white people didn't know about that show. Like that's just a black people thing.
That's more of a I don't care what they that was more of a straight like sitcom. I'm talking about something weird.
Oh, something
because
weird.
Because there are like weird things about this city.
Yeah, it's a super weird city, dude. Like New York to me has a lot going on, but and this is a biased perspective, right? Obviously, because I'm not a New Yorker, but it doesn't feel like a weird city to me. Like it's got a lot going, but it's not weird. I mean, dudes are out there calling each other beloved. That's weird, but apparently someone confirmed that that's actually a thing they do in New York, which I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that. What's up, beloved? Beloved. All right, go sit down. But Baltimore is a weird city. Like it's a very weird city. Like we have, like things are very block to block. Like we have like very fancy neighborhoods, like pretty adjacent to really bad neighborhoods, and like great education in some places, terrible in others. Like weird food trends that, like just very strange things. I don't know. It's a strange city. It's also like
yeah. We have we're the second jewel in the Triple Crown, where
right. Like why?
Where on the one hand, people they go around in their sundresses and their hats with black-eyed Susans walking around like, oh, I do declare. Yeah. And then like, but like literally literally a beer can's throw away. You have just a bunch of drunk idiots running on top of porta potties while other drunk idiots try to pelt them with beer.
The running of the urinals. That's what we learned about on Look Forward. Yeah, like it's a weird city. It's a very weird city. Like there are definitely places you could go as like a white person and never be bothered, and people leave you alone. And there's 100% places that you could go as a black person and never be bothered. And if those two people switch places, that's a problem. Like it's crazy, right? Like Hamden, like you mentioned, is a place like it's white working class Baltimore, and they have like the Hun festival because everybody says Hun around there and all this other shit. But like they also, when my wife was in college, like they had like open KKK parades there. Yeah. Like that wasn't that long ago. Or
they still have that big flamingo outside that one still.
Yeah, the Hun Cafe.
Yeah,
it still exists. Like
the big fucking flamingo.
I don't know. It ain't Florida. Like it's all like it's weird. Like there's a lot of weird things that go on here. So I don't know. We put Old Bay on everything. Like it's strange. It's strange. I love this city, but it's fucking crazy. Like you never really, especially when I moved away and came back, you never realize how much you love the weird fucking place you grew up. Like until you leave, right? You take it for granted. But yeah. So I don't know, man. We own the city. I'm 100% here for it. It's only going to be a 6 hour limited series.
That's fine. It's going to tell a story, right? Yeah. That's perfectly fine.
Get in, get out.
Get in and get out. If it does well, guess what? They'll just bring it back for another 6 episodes or something. Yeah. They've been doing that in Europe for a very long time, and it works.
Absolutely. I'm here for it.
So, yeah, absolutely. John Barenthal from fucking DC. Get out of here, man.
Nah, I don't believe this. I'm going to the Wikipedia page.
The creator of Batman the Animated Series and the architect for the DC Animated Universe has returned. Bruce Timm, along with J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves, will executive produce a brand new animated series for HBO Max and Cartoon Network, simply titled Batman Caped Crusader. In a joint statement, the producers said, "We are beyond excited to be working together to bring this character back to tell engrossing new stories in Gotham City. The series will be thrilling, cinematic, and evocative of Batman's noir roots, while diving deeper into the psychology of these iconic characters. We cannot wait to share this with the world." That's all very generic, and there's zero other details about the series other than this promo art, which shows Batman with Batman looking like he did closer to his first appearance. If you all know what, like his silhouette looks more like a bat.
Yeah, the big ears
with the ears.
Yeah.
So, all right, look, Bruce Timm, coming back to do another animated Batman story. Look, I'm fine with it. Batman the Animated Series is going to be something that is going to be difficult to top. In my opinion, it is one of the greatest pieces of animation, one of the best animated series ever.
Yeah,
and
it is easily.
I'm curious. You got my attention.
Yeah, I am curious. I do like that Matt Reeves is also involved in this, which leads me to believe that it leads me to believe that Matt Reeves is there to stick around for a bit. Right? It's not a let me just do, it doesn't feel like a Nolan thing. Let me just do Batman and then bounce. Right. Getting involved with directing, I guess co-writing, Batman, the movie, then producing Gotham PD, the TV show for HBO Max with Jeffrey Wright as the mainstay, right? So that's connected, as Commissioner Gordon, and then also being involved in this. It seems like he wants to stick around and be involved in the DC universe, especially on the Batman side of it, for quite a while, which is dope. I think that's very cool. That bodes well.
Do you wish it was a different character other than Batman that they were focusing on?
Look, I mean, I think DC
or does Batman, does the Batman series inherently lend itself to stories that can be both relatable and varied, right? Because I think
that's true. I think DC relies way too much on Batman. And I think it's not, I mean, look, people have often said, and I know DC fans don't like to hear this, but it's true. Batman is a Marvel character in the DC world. He is. He deals with real world problems. He ain't broke or anything, but he feels more in line with an Iron Man type, I mean, yeah, he's dressed like a bat, whatever, but he feels more like a regular Joe with extraordinary, abilities in extraordinary situations. That's really a Marvel thing. That's not so much a DC thing. DC is more these are gods and we're going to put them up against, these crazy situations, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. There really isn't. But I think that's part of the reason why Batman is so popular. Is because he isn't all powerful. He's a dude who could get shot and die, right? So it gives him vulnerability. But I think they lean too heavily on him.
You can weirdly relate to Batman,
right? Even though he's a billionaire, but he a dude. Yeah. He hanging out with dudes who can fly to the moon in a blink of an eye. But he's just a regular dude. He got to get up and put his bat suit on one leg at a time, like everybody else, right? So I think that's what makes him intriguing. And when he's so interesting that he can be written as an incredibly dark and scary character that is nuanced, and then also written as a total goofball character, right? Like Batman 66, and it'd be equally as entertaining. So he's easily DC's best character. He is. Like, I mean, does anybody really argue that? Like, I don't think people at DC would argue that. That's why he's got like 9 books, right? And the other books that are the most popular in DC are all Batman adjacent books for the most part, right? It's Robin or it's Harley Quinn or, you know, and like they're all somehow Batman adjacent, right? So, I mean, even Future Slate, who are they talking about? Future Batman. Like, that's who they talk about more than any of the other characters. It's Future Batman. That's who they talk about. Because just inherently that character's more interesting. So I wish they would learn to focus more on other characters, but I get why they hard focus on him. To me, it's pretty obvious why.
Yeah.
So.
Bad Boys for Life filmmakers to direct Batgirl movie for Warner Brothers.
I'm very interested to hear your thoughts on this.
The Batgirl movie project has found its director, or rather, in this case, its directors.
Yes.
Adil El Arbi and Bilal Falal. I was trying, God damn it, I was trying to get it without fucking chuckling. The duo behind the 2020 hit Bad Boys for Life have closed the deal to steer Warner Brothers DC future, centering on Barbara Gordon, the daughter of Gotham City Police Commissioner James Gordon. Christina Hodson, who wrote Bumblebee, is in it for Warner Brothers. She penned the script for this for HBO Max. Producer Barbara Gordon. I don't see anything about cast.
No, there isn't.
So
as far as I know.
So is it going to be like related to Matt Reeves' The Batman?
I think it's going to be starring Alicia Silverstone. They're bringing her back.
Shut up. Yeah, Alicia
Uncle
Silverstone.
Alfred.
Alicia Silverstone, who was born in England, right, but has a Valley Girl accent.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, that's whatever.
Yeah, that version of that character. But all right, whatever.
Yeah, he just gave his niece the fucking suit. He was like, "Oh, I figured you'd need this." What?
Yeah, he was like, "I told you to stay away, but I knew you weren't, so I tailored this. I tailored this special suit just for you." And
I made sure it really accentuated your boobs and your ass.
Yeah, no nipples though. No nipples.
Yeah, well, you don't be crude.
yeah, just give the nipples to the dudes.
Yeah.
I don't. Silly movie.
Very, very silly. It would be cool if it was connected.
I only say that because you
might as well.
Black Batgirl.
Like, get it right. Like, don't not connected, and then like you got this weird Batgirl, comic book movie hanging out there, and it's like, is it connected? Is it not? Like, if you're gonna do it, just do it right. Just do it right.
I mean, I don't care if they do or not at this point. It's obvious they don't want to connect their stuff, and I've accepted that. So
I don't think it's that they don't want to. I think they don't know how. I don't think they know how. I really don't.
No, I think they do know how. They just don't want. Like, it's not hard.
No,
it's not hard.
No, it takes actual work. It takes actual work. Like,
sure.
I don't think they know. I mean, look. Doesn't look like they know what they're doing.
No, I think they know it takes work, and they just don't want to do it.
Okay, that I would agree with. That part I would agree with, yes. They're like, no, I got it. Fuck it. But it would be cool, though. Like, I think it would be cool. Like, this comes out, I mean, this is clearly going to come out a number of years after, at least a year or two after the Batman. Just have her, like, watching, like, Batman on TV and be like, damn, that's dope. I want to fight crime. That's all you got to do. Like, it don't have to be that complicated, dude. And make her, if it is connected, she gonna be black?
Nigga, that's literally what I just said.
Like,
Yeah.
Or she could be Puerto Rican because look, it's Jeffrey Wright. He can play whatever.
You can
role.
play anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, she might be a robot.
Fuck it. Let's do it. I'm okay with that. You think they'll make her black? You think they'll come up with some bullshit?
If they connect it, they'll get the young lady who was in Solo and that Disney Plus Falcon and the Winter Soldier show.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
You know,
I can see it.
You get she's got the red hair, right? She's not white, but she's light skinned. So, you know, you can fool racists into thinking that she's white.
Like, wait a minute.
I don't know. She could probably pull it off.
She's a good actress.
Yeah, she's a good actress. I think she could pull that off.
I'm not mad at that. Like, I'm not mad at that casting idea. Actually, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's not bad. It's not bad.
I'm just curious to see what it's, you know, what. Like, I'm always curious. Like, all these characters who are inspired by other heroes but like don't have any connection to them, Venom, how they like, I mean, apparently they pulled it off in Venom, so they did not.
They did not. No. I'm gonna push back on that.
So I'm just curious to see how this works. But last thing about this, you know, given the times we live in now, do you think not one but two men should be directing Batgirl? And why is it Batgirl? Why can't it be Batwoman? Well, wait, that's a different character. So why can't it be Black Bat Lady?
Bat Lady. Yeah, that's really rolls off the tongue. Bat Lady. But
like maybe she's like really like a girl, like not girl, but like an adolescent. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think she should be young.
Very, very young.
Yeah, I think she should be like I like the design that they did of Batgirl recently, where she's wearing like Doc Martens and shit like that. She's pretty young. Yeah, I like that. Like 17 and some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like high school. Like make her a high school age kid. Like, look, we have been doing this comic book movie shit for what feels like decades at this point. It has been decades. Give me some more kid heroes. This is a thing that has been lacking for a long time. Marvel is just now getting into that, right? Like, give us some kid heroes. I mean, Spider-Man is really the only one that we've ever really had of major significance.
That's literally why Robin exists.
Right.
Right? It's because they wanted a character where kids, the target demographic of these things, can see themselves.
Right. And obviously in DC's very wise and reasonable history, they thought, hey, kids can see themselves in this character. Why don't we beat him to death with a crowbar and then blow him up? The kids will love it. What? Wait. I mean, it was awesome, but like, yeah, come on. Yeah, I don't know. I think you go young. And I mean, Robert Pattinson is like 30, like he's young, but he's old enough, and Batman would be like, Batman's in year 2. That's enough for like a 17-year-old kid to be like, that's cool, I want to do that. Yeah, fuck yeah. Like you can make a
problem with you got a problem with these two dudes directing a female-led superhero movie? I personally do not. I don't think you have to have. I don't think the person directing has to be the exact demographic as the star.
I think that's.
But I do think you need those voices in the room.
Yes, I agree. You have a woman writing it, which is more important than a woman directing.
Right.
You way more important.
You have a woman producing it also
as well. Right.
Those are the two things that that one, that's where the money is, and that's where the story is. Like
Right.
those are the two things.
Yeah, these guys just running the camera, like, hey, just don't do any like ass shots, you dickhead. Like that's basically like the producer's job to be like, relax on that. But yeah, I don't have a problem with two guys directing it. What I do think, as far as like the demographics for directors to, these like particular heroes, I think it matters when it's first, right? When you first get the first woman superhero like Wonder Woman, it should be a woman. Like it should be. Like there's just something to that. The first major black superhero, yeah, I know, Blade, whatever. Blade isn't Black Panther. Relax. It should be a black dude. Like you know what I mean? Like I get first. If we're talking about like the first openly gay superhero, try to find somebody who fits that demographic. That makes sense. But like, all right, we had a Wonder Woman movie. We had a great one or a pretty good one. And then we had a bad one. So, right. Like we're now over it. So now you can have these dudes who did, a perfectly fine Bad Boys movie. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. But yeah, I think it's okay. But if it's first, I think that makes sense why you would want to have people match that demographic. Makes total sense. So,
all right, that's it.
All right, movie and TV news this week. The return of Quibi, everybody. Sort of. I know, Micah, you were really you were dying to know about this.
Yeah, the quick bites.
Yeah, every week, Micah sends me a text. What is going on with Quibi? I'm like, dude, I don't know. Stop messaging me. Relax. Well, now we know. Roku is set to release 30 Quibi shows for free. So on May 20th, Roku will debut its first batch of Roku Originals. That's today. A collection of 30 shows originally produced for Quibi. Roku paid substantially less than $100 million for the assets of the defunct company, including the rights to more than 75 shows overall. The shows span genres and formats, comprising of scripted series, documentaries, alternative, and reality programming. Among the first Roku Originals coming next week are Kevin Hart's action series Die Hart, Emmy-winning drama Free Rayshawn, starring Lawrence Fishburne and Jasmine Cephas Jones. The revival Comedy Central Reno 911, Dummy starring Anna Kendrick as a woman who befriends her boyfriend's sex doll. That show is actually pretty funny. So yeah, there's a number of shows that they're basically going to put out, and then they'll have another like 45 shows that they can put out at any time. They are going to put them out in the original format of 10-minute episodes, and they will play no more than a 60-second ad in between the episodes, but not during the episodes. So if you have a Roku, you can watch them. Look, I would argue while the format was a bit silly, and on mobile it wasn't actually that bad, but it was a bit silly. There were some like pretty decent ideas and some like pretty decent shows that I was shocked that went to Quibi to begin with. But yeah. So, if you did want to check out stuff on Quibi, you'll be able to.
I do not.
Okay, there you go. Incidentally, at the bottom of this article, when I was reading it, in March, Roku paid $98 million to acquire all the episodes, 1,500 of them, of This Old House. Like the Bob Vila show.
Really?
Yeah. Which is crazy. They paid $98 million for that. Incidentally, I still watch episodes of This Old House on YouTube.
Do you?
Yeah, it's really good. Like for home improvement shit, like it actually is. Like those guys really know what they're talking about. Like it's good.
I mean, is it better than, whatever random ass show is on HGTV?
Oh, 100%.
I feel like all those HGTV shows are just reality TV for 40-year-olds that don't like a bunch of drama. Like I love House Hunters.
Yeah.
But like those people already know the house. They're already living in the house that they are living in before the show is taped, right?
I mean, because they're like, oh, I really like the furniture. Yeah, it's yours. Right. Shut up. Yeah, no, those shows are 100% reality shows for 40-year-olds. That is undeniable. And I like those shows. Oh, I eat, pencil sharpener shavings for a living. And my wife, counts dogs in the park. Our budget is $100 billion. How do you have so much money? We're going to buy a second home in Barbados. Like, really? Like, wow.
Are you going to love it or list it?
Yeah, I love that show too.
This house is listed at, what do you think this house is listed at? Well, our budget's $500,000. This house is listed at $640,000.
Oh, we'll take it anyway.
Right.
Whatever.
Wait,
Huh?
you're giving him an extra $140,000, and I get your fucking leftovers. I got to make chicken salad out of chicken shit. Like, I love that show. I love
It's good. I like that British woman too.
Yeah, I like that British woman.
I find her
a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say I find her very attractive. I do. I'm like, just go with whatever she's saying. Put her on camera more. Go back. She's got the silver streak. Totally into it. Yeah. See, this is what old dudes watch. This is what old people watch. Like, me and my wife could watch like 3 hours of HGTV. Absolutely.
And old dudes, because we can sexually objectify literally any woman you put in front of us.
Yeah, no, we're capable of that. That's a thing we've earned. It's a skill you earn. Young guys, I need her to be quite fun. Yeah, nah, not when you're old. No, you don't.
Yeah, no. She's got a sexy gray hair streak in her hair. Like, that's...
She does, though. I tell my wife. My wife knows. I tell my wife all the time. I'm like, look, hey, you gotta get it together. You start going gray, better go gray in one spot first.
It's funny.
Well, knowing her dad, she'll actually go all gray, which is super attractive on good-looking women who of color. So, fine with it. Yeah. So Quibi's back, guys. Yeah, if you got a Roku, I still have 2 Rokus. So yeah, maybe I'll check out some of them. Like, these are perfect because I have my Roku set up in my gym. So good. They're 10 minutes. Like, I could just be like, I'm going to get on the bike for 10 minutes before I start working out. I'll watch an episode of fucking whatever Quibi show. Like, that's perfect, actually. So yeah, look for those starting today. That's dope. HBO Max's $10 tier officially starts next month. So for $10 you get ads. You know what you don't get, though? Hate to say it, you don't get the same day theater to HBO Max release. You don't get those with that tier.
Oh, really?
No, you don't get that. That sucks, dude. That sucks. So if you were thinking about, hey, I'm a downgrade, no big deal, but I get to still watch Mortal Kombat or any of those, no, you don't.
That's funny. Well, look, just hold out for a year because they're not doing that shit next year.
No, hell no. Hell no. They are done with that. So, look, Cam brought this up, and I think it's a good point. He was like, look, people gave HBO, or Warner Brothers a hard time, but it seems to me that all the movies they released that they put on their streaming service were all pieces of shit.
Yeah.
They haven't been good.
They're not that great. It sounded, amazing. Oh, our whole 2021 lineup is going to be available at your beck and call.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. So now they're like, not if you got the cheap version. We ain't got that for you. And look, that's fair. Like, you're not paying for that.
Sure.
So, like,
absolutely.
I mean, look, you're getting it. You're getting HBO for $10 a month. That's not bad, man. That's not bad. And HBO Max is, at this point, the best streaming service. So, I don't know, $10 if you want to deal with commercials. I can't. No, I refuse.
I still I don't know about the best. A lot of what they have is like just a bunch of curated stuff.
I don't even watch any of that. I just watch all the HBO shit.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I have HBO, so I don't.
Oh, right.
I,
That's why you got
like,
regular, like the Michael Che thing. Like, he on
I got
HBO
regular
Max.
HBO.
Like, it's the same as HBO. Okay, sure it is.
So this is nothing like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Netflix is still my number one go-to for just movies that I have not seen.
There's, I mean, look, I mean, don't get me wrong.
I'm not
There's
saying,
a ton
I'm not
of
saying
things
that,
I haven't seen on Netflix.
I'm not saying that like HBO Max is like a slouch or anything, right? Like I want to watch Hacks.
Yeah, it looks good.
Later, I'll probably watch those two. I'll probably watch those episodes, and it's very convenient. Like it has stuff that it's neck and neck between HBO Max and Netflix. Those are the two that I open up the most.
Oh, at this point, HBO Max is what I open up the most. Like I just finished that damn Michael Che today, which was hilarious. That last episode was fucking hysterical. With the woman examining his buddy's balls at the doctor's.
Yeah.
When they came out at the end, like, nah, big dick's over here. Like they said shit at me rolling. But like I just finished that and I finished Made for Love last night. And they just have like really good shows. Like just their original content is really quite good. And again, that's not to say Netflix doesn't. They have a ton. Like there's just a lot to watch. And it's impossible to keep up. It's just impossible. So look, if you got $10, sounds great. Good for you. Next up, Dune movie will debut in theaters exclusively as HBO Max decision is reversed. Here's what that tells me. One, Denis Villeneuve, that dude's got big sway over at Warner Brothers. Huge sway. Two, Dune is good. Dune is very good. And they don't want to waste, like, they don't want to just burn this all on HBO Max. So, Deadline reports that the sci-fi movie will premiere at the Venice Film Festival in September ahead of its exclusive theatrical release on October 1. Warner Brothers has already reached a deal with Regal Cinemas to restore the 45-day theatrical window in 2022 before the title begins streaming on HBO Max. Dune will now fall under that arrangement and will likely be WB's only 2021 movie to do so, with late 2021 awards contenders like Will Smith's King Richard and Clint Eastwood's Cry Macho still expected to premiere simultaneously in theaters and on HBO Max. So,
head of comms for Warner Media, Joanna Fuentes, tweeted out a statement: Dune will premiere in theaters and on HBO Max the same day in the U.S.
When was that?
2 days ago, as opposed to this article, which is 3 days ago.
What the fuck? All right.
It's from IndieWire.
I mean, that's Collider. See. It's not like Collider's like a bullshit site.
Warner Brothers executives maintain Denis Villeneuve's sci-fi epic Dune remains set for a hybrid release October 1st, in which the movie will open in theaters and same day. And the same day it becomes available to stream on HBO Max for 31 days. Confusion over the Dune release ignited after Deadline reported May 17th that Warner Brothers was reversing the decision. The studio announced in December 2020 that its entire 2021 film slate would receive a hybrid release model, leading to backlash from top Warner Brothers filmmakers such as Christopher Nolan and Denis Villeneuve himself. Deadline reported, based on sources, Dune will not adhere to the day and date release pattern established for the entire 2021 slate. Instead, it will premiere in Venice in September. Basically, the thing that you just read. The release plan change was quickly shot down by Joanna Fuentes, head of communications at Warner Media Studios and Networks Groups. The executive wrote on social media, Dune will premiere in theaters and on HBO Max the same day in the U.S. Warner Brothers chief distribution chief Jeff Goldstein also stressed that there was no, quote, no change to the October 1st release date for Dune. Goldstein told Deadline Dune will follow the rest of the studio's 2021 slate and keep its hybrid release strategy. Warner Brothers confirmed to IndieWire the theaters / HBO Max plan is happening.
Okay, well, stand corrected. That's fine, because now I don't have to go to the theater. All right. Well, whatever. It still looks great. So I will be watching this at home. I'm not going back to the movies until Spider-Man comes out.
That's probably the only way I would watch this. And I don't even know if I'm going to be honest with you.
I think you should. You've never seen like Blade Runner, have you?
I saw the first Blade Runner.
You should watch Blade Runner 2049. You should.
I mean, I like Denis Villeneuve's work.
Dude, then you should watch Blade Runner. It's fucking the second Blade Runner. It's amazing.
Let's see.
It's one of the few movies that Harrison Ford doesn't completely dial it in on. Like, because he just doesn't give a shit anymore.
Damn.
Although he didn't dial it in on The Force Awakens. I thought he was pretty good in that.
I like Sicario. I liked Arrival. I heard Prisoners was very good.
I've never seen that. I heard that was excellent. Yeah.
And I heard Enemy was very good. So I don't have a problem with the guy. I just never got around to watching Blade Runner.
Yeah, it's good. Brad and I saw it in theaters together. We spent our real money. Actually, Brad and I and his wife went and saw it. I was like, wow, this movie is I didn't realize it was 3 hours until I sat down in the theater. It's like, wow.
That's what the big thing with me was. Like, I
remember that.
I don't feel like sitting down for 3 hours to watch a slow burn sci-fi movie right now.
But you'll watch your favorite director's 4-hour movie. Is that right? The whiner in chief, Zack Snyder?
Nah, man. Nah. You begged me to watch that movie so that you could talk about it.
That's true. I needed your help.
Uh-huh.
I did.
It was sad.
Whatever.
Let's talk about
I'm not ashamed of this.
The big news.
What? Is there big news going on? Is it more corporate mergers that nobody seems to give a fuck about?
AT&T announced $43 billion deal to merge the Warner Media wing of this telephone company's empire with Discovery.
I don't know, man. I'm old enough to remember, as they say. I'm old enough to remember when people got real mad at Disney for buying Fox. Nobody gives a shit about this.
Well, this isn't necessarily that. Like, so
I get it. The unwinding of the Warner Media thing. Like,
yeah, like this. Ma Bell decided that she wanted to buy a media conglomerate. Realized, hey, I know about phones. I don't know nothing about media distribution. And now I'm left holding the bag. I got to figure out what to do with this.
Yeah. Look, so AT&T will unwind its $85 billion, Jesus Christ, that's so much money, acquisition of Time Warner, which closed just under 3 years ago, and form a new media company with Discovery. The deal will create a new business separate from AT&T that could be valued at as much as $150 billion, including debt, according to the Financial Times. AT&T said it would receive an aggregate amount, yada, 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 of fucking $43 billion in a combination of cash, debt, and Warner Media's retention of certain debt. If approved by regulators, the deal effectively reverses AT&T's years-long plan to combine content and distribution in a vertical integrated company. The company said that the deal is expected to close in the middle of 2022. Look, I think that this, while seemingly great as far as cutting Warner out, no, I don't think this is actually going to be that great of a thing for the industry. But in the same way that I only really care when it comes to like news organizations being all under one roof, like multiple news organizations. I think that this one potentially is going to set AT&T up they're basically trying to set up to really super challenge Netflix, Disney, and Warner kind of separately. I don't know.
What do you mean by AT&T was like the way I read this story? AT&T bought Warner Media. AT&T does not know what to do with Warner Media.
No, because Warner Media is losing money like crazy.
So they say, hey, Discovery, do you want this thing? Because I don't know what to do with it. And if I give this to you, can you kind of like manage it for me? And Discovery's like, yeah, whatever. Like, bring it on. We got our own streaming thing we're trying to kick off.
Right.
So
which is not doing well, by the way.
Which is why they are investing in the Warner Media
right, I get
side of it. So I don't think that AT&T is putting Warner against anyone, right? I think AT&T is going to be like the super parent company, while Warner and Discovery form a new company called. I don't even think they picked a name yet.
No, it's gonna be announced soon.
And that company is its own thing that will take on Netflix and Disney and Amazon. Right.
But like you said, AT&T is the super company.
Right. I don't know if they are going to look. I don't know.
No, but that's what should be concerning to people, right? Like you're just building smaller fiefdoms to attack your competition directly. You're not getting out of the game. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you're not getting out of the game. So people are like, "Oh, this is fine." Is it? Because again, we're just playing the game in a slightly different way. We're not playing the game.
They're literally bringing in ringers.
Yes,
to help them. And
exactly.
It can be like this new like company. It's weird because I'm looking at all of the things that will be underneath this umbrella. You got Discovery Plus, you got HBO Max. Discovery Plus consists of all of the Discovery like network shows.
Yeah, all the shows we objectify older women, like HGTV. Yes.
HGTV, Food Network, Discovery Channel, The Learning Channel, which is it still called The Learning Channel? Because I don't really learn nothing.
It's called TLC. Like, knock it off.
Okay, I was about to say.
The Learning Channel.
Every time I flip past it, all I see is like my 600-pound life. And I'm like, ain't nobody learning nothing from it.
I'm learning something. I'm learning what not to do.
But TLC, ID, Science Channel, Animal Planet, Eurosport, OWN, and then the Warner stuff is HBO, Warner Brothers, CNN, Cartoon Network, HLN, which stands for something very different if you're a wrestling fan of the 90s. Cinemax, Adult Swim, the DC like universe, and the Turner movies. That's a lot of variety for one streaming service. You got all that bullshit reality TV all over on the Discovery side, and you got all your traditional like narrative content plus the news on the Warner side.
Let me tell you. Let me ask you a question, Micah. Are you still not gonna cut the cord? Nigga, get this. It's got everything you watch.
I mean,
on it.
It literally,
it's everything.
Like, this literally has everything that I want.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they built, like you said, they brought in a ringer. They built the ultimate robot. It's the fucking it's the streamer killer. That's what it is. That's what it is. They're not losing anything. They're reorganizing so that they can build a fucking weapon. And again, I don't understand how people read this and go, But you know what was really bad? That time that Disney bought Fox. Are you serious? Are you serious? Like, how are you not concerned about this?
Talking about cutting the cord. This is just a new cord.
Yeah.
It's like cutting nothing.
Like, you would get this and it would be like, yo, my bill didn't change. This is all the same shit. Like, what the fuck?
Because I need internet. I need internet to watch all this shit.
Like, I'm very interested to see. Okay, we have HBO Max. Do we get all this other Discovery shit in there?
Nigga, if this shit is $20 flat,
it's over.
That's it.
It's over.
Then I will cut the cord.
Yeah, no, you have to. What are you paying for? That's crazy.
Look, if all of this shit,
nigga,
is
if it's $50, you still come out $150 cheaper. What are you talking about? Like, it's funny. I'm glad I didn't buy. I was gonna get Discovery Plus because I think Animal Planet is there. And I wanted my daughter to be able to watch like or not Animal Planet. What's the It's no, Animal Planet's like dogs and cats and shit. Like those are domestic animals. But like Nat Geo Kids. I think Nat Geo Kids is under Discovery or something similar to that.
National Geographic is Disney.
Oh yeah, you're right. Either way, so like there was some Discovery Kids shows or whatever, right? And I was thinking about getting that, but like I might wait. Maybe it might just be one flat price for all of this. I don't know, like Discover Warner, probably the name. Yeah, or Discover Media or some shit like that. It'll probably have
Discover Media.
Yeah.
It'll be something lame.
No, you got to have Warner in it, right? Because that's a classic name. So it's probably, I bet it would be like Discover Warner, you know.
Let's call it Warnery and get it over with.
Warnery. Moulin Springs. And so, you know, you do that and just like you said, it's one flat price. Yo, if it's $50, you gotta bounce. Like this got all the garbage that you guys love.
If it's $50, I might have to cut the cord and just bite the bullet and explain to my wife how to use all this stuff.
Just get a Google TV, yo. It's one remote. It's one remote. There's a Netflix button, and then there's a home button. That's it.
We already got Apple TV.
Oh, there you go. It'll all be on there. Wait, you have an Apple TV and all right. We're not having this conversation. That's stupid. Get out of here.
How else am I supposed to watch my digital library?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Why are you still buying? All right, you're ridiculous.
I'm not a thief.
All right. You know people can see you, right? Like, this isn't Look Forward where we don't do video. Like, shut up. All right, so Amazon, again, another thing I don't see a lot of people bitching and complaining about. Amazon said to be making a $9 billion offer for MGM Studios. Here's my question. Doesn't that feel like too much?
Oh, damn.
What do they have besides James Bond? What do they have?
They got a bunch of casinos. They got a casino down at the harbor. My harbor, not your harbor.
Yeah.
Like you Google MGM, the first thing that comes up is MGM Resorts. The second thing that comes up is MGM Studios.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of sad. It has 4,000. MGM Studios has 4,000 titles. James Bond, The Hobbit, the Rocky Creed series, Robocop, Pink Panther franchise, which is very popular with the kids, as well as movies like Silence of the Lambs, The Magnificent Seven, Four Weddings and a Funeral. The MGM TV library, however, includes approximately 17,000 episodes, including Stargate SG-1, Stargate Atlantis, Stargate Universe, Vikings, Fargo, The Handmaid's Tale, Get Shorty, Condor, Fame, American Gladiators, Teen Wolf, In the Heat of the Night. Unscripted shows in the portfolio include The Voice, Survivor, Shark Tank, The Real Wives of Beverly Hills, and The Hills.
Like I feel
I ask again, is $9 billion too much?
I feel like $9 billion. I feel like Amazon is lowballing them to try and see what they do. because these franchises, they either are good or could come back to prominence.
Which one do you think is one that is underused that could just be like a super big one? Robocop?
Robocop for me personally, but I don't know if the masses would take to it again. I think you could get Stargate to be something again. I think movies could God damn it. I think certain movies could. You got the James Bond franchise. Like, James Bond's never going away. It's not.
I mean, that's their biggest thing, right? And you know.
Yes, I will give you that. That is their biggest thing.
American Gladiators.
I mean, what is American Ninja Warrior? What is the Titan Games? Like, people like that shit.
What the fuck is the Titan Games? Is that a show?
It's the one with The Rock.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
American Gladiators with The Rock. Yeah, people like that dumb shit.
I love American Gladiators. That is a show that should always be on television in perpetuity, as far as I'm concerned. Look,
remember the revival?
Yeah,
and Gina Carano was a gladiator.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, that was before we found out she was a thick dummy. She was just thick. I was like, damn, she is super fine. And then she opened her mouth. I was like, oh, don't do that. Don't. That's just like the Nazis. All right, you got to go.
You can get the Addams Family back. And they have a bunch of production companies, right? United Artists, Orion. I think
there's a lot you could mine from Orion. Like, there's a lot of 80s revival shit you could do, like or 80s remakes. If they own Orion, doesn't that mean they own American Ninja? Come on, man. How have you never seen that franchise?
I'll have to watch this American Ninja thing that you.
It's so bad. It's so much fun. Like, it's not good. They got colored ninjas, dude. They got like a yellow ninja, got the purple ninjas. Like, it's awesome. It was a crazy 80s ninja fucking nonsense. I'm pretty sure all of those movies are currently available on YouTube for free, which is wild.
Oh, Jesus.
Not like someone stole them. Like, they were literally released them. They were like, you can have them. Who gives a shit? So I might watch.
Is American Ninja the same thing as like Three Ninjas? Is it the same thing?
No,
I've never seen that.
No. How dare you?
I like my ninjas to be Asian. Sorry.
Nah, yo, this is with Michael Dudikoff. Michael Dudikoff as a ninja. Yeah, American Ninja, the first one, is available on Amazon, on YouTube right now, free with ads.
Yeah, I'm not watching it with ads.
Oh, you can fast forward past them.
Nope.
Yep, American Ninja 1, 2, probably the other ones too. You know what? I'm going to watch these. Oh, I'm sorry. Those aren't Orion. Those are canon. I forgot. I apologize. Those are canon films.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm looking at this.
Nah, yo, it's so good.
At images.
Nah, yo, don't disrespect. Don't disrespect the god Michael Dudikoff. Don't do that.
Nah, yo, I can't. First of all, I don't like the cut of this guy's jib. I really don't. Oh. And white ninjas.
He learned from experts in Asia.
Oh, so he's appropriating their culture.
Like a motherfucker, dude. They taught him because he was the best. Of all the Asian people, he was the best one. Oh, man, I'm going to watch the shit out of this. Oh, these movies are so bad. Hell yeah. Yeah, this one. Yeah, Michael Dudikoff is literally in the ninja fucking outfit at the end. Wow, amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the shit out of this tonight. All right, let's wrap this show up. I got things to do. Yeah, look, I think Amazon's probably gonna get this for about $11 billion. That's my guess.
Yeah, 9 billion seems low, but just a little low. Not
not crazy low. Do you have a problem with all these sort of classic movie studios being bought up by these big guys like Amazon and Disney and such?
Theoretically, I have a problem with it in the sense that like we're getting ever so closer to like Mega City 1, and that is not something that I want to live in. I don't want to live in like the Borderlands universe where there are 4 companies that make everything.
Right.
And then they eventually just all make weapons. Like, so I
Amazon, Target,
right.
McDonald's and Walmart.
Right. Like, I don't like that aspect of it. But from a capitalist standpoint, if it means that these companies can stay alive, okay.
Right.
But I wish it didn't have to. I wish it didn't come to this.
Right. And that's always my issue. Like, I would love MGM to stay independent, but like, it's not. So either MGM goes away.
Right. I don't want it to go away.
Right. So what happens? Like, okay, MGM like goes bankrupt. Then what? What happens to all of the media? It just gets bought by these companies anyway.
Right.
Right. Like, they're not just going to be like, well, we're not making any more. We're never going to make a James Bond movie again. No, that's not going to happen.
That's what happened with Marvel. They went bankrupt. They sold off movie rights to their most popular franchises and they were left with the ones that nobody wanted. And turns out 20 years later,
oops.
Yeah, Iron Man is a household name. Right. I'll never get over that, yo.
Yeah,
Iron Man.
Neither were the people who didn't buy Iron Man. Fuck. Yeah, but you didn't have Robert Downey Jr. You didn't have Vision. That's the thing.
Yeah, man.
That's what you can't buy. You can't buy Vision. You can only see what you can see, right? It's like buying a house. If you can't see what that house potentially could be, it doesn't mean anything. Well, this house is a piece of shit to you, but to the guy coming behind you who's got great vision, with some money and some elbow grease, you can make it into something amazing. So yeah, you just can't predict that. Like, it's not like your Blockbuster and Netflix is like, you can buy us. It's not like you're them and you just go fuck off, and then they eventually run you out of business and take over your entire industry, and nobody cares because you fucked over everyone with late fees. It's not like that. What the fuck brought to you by JTD? We just got one story because we got a duplicate story. JTD, classic.
At this wonderful company, you're allowed to masturbate for 30 minutes a day during work hours, or as I like to call it, the United States Patent and Trademark Office. What would you do if you got it? What would you do if you got an email from your boss encouraging you to masturbate What would you do if you got an email from your boss encouraging you? It's late, y'all. It's late. I'm getting delirious. The show is almost over. What would you do if you got an email from your boss encouraging you to masturbate every day for 30 minutes during your hours? For the employees of the Swedish Erika Lust, director of female-friendly porn films, this is a reality. I wasn't looking for anything on
porn films. Looking for that on Apple Music. I would immediately assume I was being taped. Right? Like
I would assume I would assume this is some sort of phishing scheme.
Yeah, no, I don't trust it.
Yeah, no. I will masturbate for 30 minutes on my own time. Thank you very much.
Now, okay, let's say you find out this is not a scheme and you are allowed to do this. You doing this at work?
I've already done it at work. I've worked. That's how I was able to get through most of my days at the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Like, I'm not bullshitting when I tell you that I used to go in the bathroom and fucking masturbate. Because that job is ridiculously hard. Not hard.
Like, so hard right now. Yeah, no, I get it.
It's stressful and it weighs on your soul, and you just need a release, man. I don't know how anybody can do it and not be and not masturbate. I don't know how anybody can do that job effectively and not masturbate at work.
That's a fair point, I guess. I've never worked there. At your current job, would you? I'm not saying. Please don't tell me if you have.
No, I would not at my current job. The bathroom is way too small.
Okay, that's fair.
No, because I like my current job. I'm not frustrated with my current job for the most part.
Yeah. Well, I would say that I have, because I've been working from home for the last year. So yes, on my time.
That's if that's the case. I'm like, Kramer,
I'm out. Right, exactly. Come on, please. Yeah, look, you have access to the internet and privacy. Knock it off. How long am I supposed to be working for?
Exactly. I got access to the internet and a lock on my door. I'm all good.
How hard are you working? About 15 minutes, more or less. That's fucking hilarious.
May is International Masturbation Month at Lust Cinema in Sweden. They will not let that opportunity go pass unnoticed. CEO Erica is launching a campaign that gives her employees permission to flick the bean or rough up the suspect for 30 minutes a day.
Every 30 minutes.
I mean, that's my routine.
Oh, wow. How much work did you get done? I sent one email today. I'm exhausted.
Is it misplaced or motivation? According to psychologists, it's the second. Self-gratification during the hours could sharpen your focus and increase your productivity. Yeah. And that is precisely something that employees of the Lust Cinema struggle with.
Yo, is this company full of only women and not men? I'm just very curious. Like, okay, they allow it. I assume people do it, right? I mean, it's like a smoke break. Like, when you got the chance, when you got the time, you use the time, right?
Sure.
Like, are people coming back to work? Like, yeah, no, I'm feeling good, man. Like,
probably they're probably like, oh, I can't fuck out. Like, there's something I can't do. I can't figure this out. Let me just take a break, relieve some stress, come back. All right. Because, the problem is, like, you feel good after you bust it, right?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
But like the high is only so much. It only lasts so long.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so like, I feel like you're not giving people enough. Like, I'm going to need at least 4 15-minute breaks throughout the day. Like, don't give me 30 minutes of like one lump sum. Let me break it out a little bit. Right?
Yeah,
like, let me spread it out across the day.
Normally,
let me spread it out across the day.
Like a seed.
Yes, exactly.
Normally, employers give you 2 15-minute breaks and a 30-minute break for lunch.
Right.
And normally people
take
they take their hour and not use the 2 15-minute breaks. They just lump it all together, right? But that should be it, right? Like, your work 2 hours, take your 15, work your other 2 hours, take your 30, work 2 hours, take your last 15, work the last 2 hours. Let those be, your 15, 30, and 15 masturbatory breaks.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Sure, why not?
But I don't think I should have to cut my lunch short.
It won't take that long for me. Depends on what I'm looking at.
Yeah, no, like, and I also think the job should, I don't need it, but I think the job for some people should have materials available.
Yeah, you gotta see. You can't like do this and then have porn blocker at your job.
No, that's unacceptable. Like that's unacceptable.
Yeah, you can't like you sending mixed messages here.
Right. I gotta get off Wi-Fi. I gotta use LTE. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Like,
I need high speed access here, lady. I'm not trying to wait for it to buffer and catch up. Knock it off.
Like, nah, you're killing the mood, And honestly, that makes the break longer because what you're gonna do once you start, the train's moving. You're not gonna start and like beep, 15 minutes is up. I guess I gotta go back.
No. No. No, this rope's gotta get thrown when the rope's gotta get thrown. Like, knock it off. No, I feel like this is a setup. Like this is not gonna work out well for us.
Hey, is what it is.
Also, that's fucked up. Because some women, guys are efficient in this avenue.
Oh, absolutely. That's 15 minutes, whatever. All right.
Yeah, I had time for 2. Double down. So yeah, we'll see. All right, trails this week. First up, Good on Paper. This is a somewhat true story by stand-up comedian Andrea Singer. Where
the stand-up comedian is Eliza Schlesinger.
Oh, I'm sorry. The character's name is Andrea Singer. Yeah. And so she apparently this is a semi-true story from her life where she had been like working on stand-up the whole time, and then she meets this guy who just seems like so perfect on paper, and then apparently like this guy is lying about everything, like about going to an Ivy League school and all this other shit. So. It's the dude from Party Down who I really like. He's really quite funny. So, yeah. Is that Margaret Cho? That doesn't.
You're watching it? If it is,
I am, but it's because I'm hoping Margaret Cho is a smaller part of this movie.
Eliza Schlesinger was in what's that? She was in Spencer Confidential. She played
his girlfriend.
That thick Boston accent.
I find her to be very funny, actually.
She can be funny.
Like as a crude stand-up sort of way. Which I dig. I also I find her very attractive, actually.
She's cute and she's Jewish, so that's that's checkbox. For me myself personally, I feel as though that is a checkbox.
Yeah,
but
look,
I
grew up next to Pikesville, guys. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, look, it is what it is.
I live next to it now. Like
right.
Yeah. So there you go.
They're the chosen people for a reason, I guess.
Yeah, I choose. Anyway,
I might watch this.
Yeah, it looks cute. It looks cute.
I'll let my wife see the trailer. If she wants to watch it, then I'll watch it with her.
All right. Next up, everybody is sort of talking about Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins. This is a teaser trailer, which is obvious because this 58 seconds doesn't really tell me shit about anything. What do you think of this? Though,
I mean, it's fine. I don't really need
you need a lot of heavy story
spoiled for me. It's the origin of Snake Eyes. I always thought Snake Eyes was a white guy.
He was
who was a mute.
He was.
Oh, he was.
Mm-hmm. He was.
So what the hell is Henry Gold? Well, I mean, look, I ain't mad at it, right?
Yeah, because maybe people are tired of having a white man go Asian and become the best of them. Like that's
this ain't American Ninja. I'm assuming.
Don't do that. How dare
you? He's talking. So I never knew why Snake Eyes took a vow of silence. I thought that he was just a mute, and then I think I remember reading that he took a vow of silence. And this will be like a cool way to, if you're going to redo G.I. Joe. If you're going to reboot like this franchise, this is a great character to start it with.
Yep.
And it's a great way to do it, to have him before he takes his vow of silence, so that when he takes his vow of silence, it won't be weird in subsequent movies of why this guy ain't talking.
Right.
Look, I don't remember much about G.I. Joe. I just don't.
So, okay. So here's the thing. Some people were like, well, he shouldn't be talking. We shouldn't be able to see his face. This is an origin story.
Yeah.
It's not, it's an origin story. Like, you have to, like you said, you have to give him a reason why he's not talking, why you don't see his face. Like, that's the last moment of the movie, right? Like, in the trailer where they show, here's the helmet. My guess is that's the last moment or the last mission. He takes the vow of silence. He puts on the helmet. You never hear from this guy again, and he's just a badass. Right. Like, that's just what it is.
Also, you don't hire named actors to play characters in full body costumes that don't say anything and you can't see their eyes.
Yeah, you're not hiring Henry Golding for that.
You don't. And it's called G.I. Joe Origins, dude. Like, I don't understand what anyone's issue is with Snake Eyes talking when it clearly says Origins in the title.
I think people do this like weird thing where they get offended by things that, like, they replace anger or conspiracy with lack of knowledge, right? Like, you don't know the story, so you just go, well, they just fucked it up. Yeah, but like, you don't know that. You don't know that. Like, right. I'm just going by what logically would make sense. It doesn't make sense to hire, not only to hire Henry Golding, who is an up and coming actor, not only to hire him to play Snake Eyes, who doesn't talk, but like, or that you don't see his face, but like, you're going to hire this guy to not speak for an hour and a half? Why?
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. So
very few actors are willing to do that. And the ones that do don't look like Henry Golding.
They look like Ray Park.
Right. They look like Hugo Weaving, right? And he did it once.
And he talked the whole time.
And he talked through it.
Right, the whole time. So, like, his voice is that substantial that he was like, nah, you don't need to see my face. It's all right. Like,
right.
So, yeah, like, it's an origin story. That being said, you haven't watched Warrior on HBO, have you?
No, not yet.
You should. You should. It's a fucking badass action show. Like, that's the one that Bruce Lee basically wrote the story for. And the guy who is the star of Warrior, he plays Storm Shadow in this. That dude that dude can fight for real. Like, he's very good. So yeah, I'm not mad at that. What will be interesting though is, will they hire Henry Golding for G.I. Joe movies subsequently after this?
Oh no.
Right? Like,
maybe. But maybe they don't pay him as much, and if you don't like it, guess what? You're in a full body costume, bro.
After that, it don't matter. Once you get this story established, we're done with you. Like, that's what I'm just wondering. Like, why would you pay anyone but a great martial artist, who is his size, to be in that movie? I ain't paying Henry Golding. You make real money. No, hire one of these wushu dudes for like $50. Like, stop playing. Right? Like, Storm Shadow's different. You see his face, he talks all the time. So, unless they plan on showing Snake Eyes' face a lot, I don't know. I doubt it. Right?
Yeah, I doubt it. But, they really want to, though, do like flashbacks of, whatever. If they really need to, they'll make up a reason to. But I don't think you need to.
No.
And, you don't have to bet a whole franchise on a relatively new actor. Right?
No, you don't.
So, yeah, look, it looks fun.
It does.
I'm all about, I love like martial arts movies and like, it's kind of like exploitation, right? Like
Oh, yeah.
these martial arts exploitation movies. But I think they're fun. And it doesn't look like the other two G.I. Joe movies.
No, it looks good.
Yeah, this looks pretty good, man. So we'll see. We'll see about the action too. I mean, this trailer is cut to hell.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, and it's a teaser
trailer,
and it's also a teaser. Like you're gonna get a real trailer probably in the next like month or so.
Yeah,
which I look forward to.
And you get beautiful Asian people in movies. That's what people want, right?
Yep.
They want to be the biggest thing that you hear about Asian actors is that, especially Asian men, is that they're not like leading men or sex symbols and shit. And then here comes Crazy Rich Asians, this guy, and they're like, oh shit! Apparently, this guy was a travel agent, and someone was like, hey, you're pretty. You should maybe think about being an actor.
Wow, are you serious?
I'm going to.
Yo, that's a hell of a story, man. You're a handsome guy.
Isn't that what happened with Thor? Wasn't he just like a?
No, he's like a soap dude. No, I think he's like a soap opera actor.
Yeah, he was a soap opera actor
and a model, I think too.
Yeah. After a global casting call, it was announced that he would star in Crazy Rich Asians. His first movie credit was in 2009.
Wow.
So I don't know.
Yeah, dude is still pretty fucking new to this shit.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good to me. I like it. I still need to watch G.I. Joe Resolute. I heard that was really good.
What?
Yeah, G.I. Joe Resolute. It was an anime.
Oh, all right. I was about to say, what, that retaliation?
No. You and I saw that in theaters.
I was about to say, what the fuck?
And you were like, this is really boring. I was like, I agree with you. It is pretty boring. All right, that's it for us. I'm gonna go watch American Ninja like a red-blooded American. And Mike is gonna go watch, I don't know, some show with people.
Go play Mass Effect 2. That's what I'm gonna do.
Damn, you already beat the first one?
Yeah.
Damn. You and Brad.
No. Brad beat that shit like in 2 days.
No, I saw his tweet, you fucking psycho. Good Lord. All right, that's it for us. Yeah, I guess I don't know that there's any other. Yeah, no. What's the movie that's coming out? Army of the Dead. We'll talk about that next week.
I'm going to talk about Army of the Dead, and I'm going to talk about Stowaway, because I'm going to watch that because I'm going to be on.
Stowaway. That's right. When does that come out?
It's already out.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to watch it Friday, tomorrow. And I want to talk about it on the Truth Lies Shenanigans podcast, which you can see Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on tlsshow.com. I'll be talking about that, and I'll be talking about Monster, the movie that we did on Black Cinema.
Yes. So check that out. And Stowaway's on Netflix. That's right. Oh, wow. It came out April 22nd. I totally missed it.
Yeah, I always wanted to watch it, and
it looked good.
It does look good. So,
all right. Okay. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Bye.